Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Chicago Cubs franchise. So here's some unfortunate news. Here we're going to take a look at the DL. John Lester is still out for 1 to 2 months with his broken forearm, and Bryce Harper just went on the DL with a broken arm, so that's very unfortunate for our lineup. And before I forget, at the end of this video, there is going to be a stats part where I go through season stats so far of everyone on the team, as well as division rankings, standings, things like that. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good for us. We're only a game out of first heading into this game. And this game is at beautiful Wrigley Field here in Chicago, Illinois. The wind is blowing to right field. The 26-18 Washington Nationals come to visit the 26-19 Chicago Cubs, two teams that are really stirring it up. And here you see a lot of former Cubs in this lineup. Chris Coghlan, Mike Olt, and Javier Baez. Coghlan and Baez both doing very, very well at the plate this season. Olt still struggling. And Jake Arrieta takes the mound to oppose them. In 8 games, has a 4-2 record, a 1.67 ERA in 59 1/3 innings with 53 strikeouts compared to 11 walks. So he's in a little bit of trouble here early. First inning, Ian Desmond with 2 men on, and he strikes out Ian Desmond with that beauty of a cutter. Great piece of pitching by Jake Arrieta. And then Wilson Ramos is up, and Wilson Ramos lines this one, and actually bounces that one to third. Chris Bryant, no problem for him, and that is out number 3 in the inning. So Jake Arrieta pitches out of it. Here you take a look at the Cubs starting lineup. You'll notice the absence of Bryce Harper, so only the people that the Nationals got, and actually all 3 people that the Nationals got, are playing in this game. No Cubs players that were traded for made it in this game. So 8 games for Doug Fister, 4-1 record, 1.87 ERA, 57 2/3 innings, 37 strikeouts, 10 walks. So 2 very similar pitchers, only .2 separates their ERA, and they're both very, very good pitchers, as both have an ERA under 2. And in the first inning, Arizmendi Alcantara takes this one back to the mound. Actually, no, it was Albert Almora who we called up. Take that one back to the mound, hit Doug Fister. Doug Fister stays in the game, though. So here, Mike Olt goes down on strikes. His woes continue at the plate. He's hitting below the Mendoza line. And now Chris Coghlan takes this one into left field. No, it's not. Is it Chris Coghlan? I don't know. And that is caught for out number 3, so Jake Arrieta gets out of another potentially dangerous situation. So there is another strikeout, this one to Reed Johnson for Mr. Jake Arrieta. And so now Jake Arrieta himself is hitting with Arizmendi Alcantara. At first he lays this bunt down. Alcantara is rounding second. Ryan Zimmerman, didn't even pay attention as he threw that one to first. Arizmendi Alcantara all the way to third for Dexter Fowler. Dexter Fowler hits this one to the right side of the infield, and Dan Uggla has no play at the plate, so Arizmendi Alcantara comes across to score the first run of this ball game, and those runs are going to be hard to come by today. But here, Chris Denorfia rips one into the right field corner. The man at first is coming around. He is going to round third. He's going to come home. Chris Denorfia is going to round second. He's going to go to third, and that is going to be an RBI triple for Chris Denorfia here. Beauty of a piece of hitting. Now Alcantara up, and Alcantara goes down on strikes. Alcantara, whatever you want to call him. Now I believe it's Reed Johnson up again. No, it's not Reed Johnson. This is, I don't know who that was. Now Doug Fister is up. Looks pretty awkward with a bat in his hands, but Doug Fister lines this one into the left field corner. A little bit of trouble playing it as Chris Denorfia. He throws it in, a little bit of hesitation, and that is going to be a double for Doug Fister. Who would have thought Doug Fister was great swinging the lumber? So now that one is Reed Johnson, and he goes down on strikes with the man at second base, the pitcher at second base. And so Jake Arrieta's done a great job of damage control today, so now Anthony Rizzo is up. Anthony Rizzo rips his one high and deep into right center field. That one is going to bounce short of the warning track, but it's going to roll all the way to the wall and then some. Denard Span has some trouble playing it in center field. I think that's Denard Span at least. And the tag is missed at third base. So Anthony Rizzo has himself a triple. Matt Williams is going to come out. He's going to get Doug Fister after that, because Doug Fister has just struggled too mightily in the last few innings. Not a bad performance from Doug Fister, though. He takes the hat off. He's a little confused. Aaron Barrett comes in, who in 21 games has 20 innings of work and a 1.80 ERA with 6 walks compared to 14 strikeouts. He looks to shut the door, but Chris Denorfia is going to take this one to short. Ian Desmond makes the play, but the run scores, and the Cubs are out 3-0 going into the top of the 7th inning. And he gets another strikeout to Jake Arrieta. Jake Arrieta has been absolutely dominant on the mound today. Even when he's allowed base runners, he has got them out efficiently. So now Dexter Fowler's up with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. 0-2 count. Dexter Fowler, a no-doubter into deep left field. I think that one had to go like 6 or 7 rows up. That was a monster of a home run from Dexter Fowler. and that is just not good for Matt Williams and club, as their chances of winning this ball game just look sleeker and sleeker as Jake Arrieta just continues to dominate them. So now top 8 here, Chris Coughlin goes down on strikes. Jake Arrieta is just absolutely dominating on the mound. So now Chris Bryant comes up, bottom of the 8th. He's 0 for 3 in this one, and Chris Bryant saying, "You can't shut me out here," as that one is completely misplayed by the left fielder. They actually have Javier Baez playing in the outfield, which I thought was very, very strange. I think he's playing right field, though, where Bryce Harper was. I thought they would use him at short there at second base, since Dan Uggla's so crap. That one is driven into left field by, I believe, Chris Denorfia, and now there are men at the corners here in the 8th inning for David Ross. David Ross takes this one, and that is going to find the hole between short and third, and that is going to be an RBI single for David Ross, his first hit of the season. He hasn't had much time behind the plate this year. So now, here we go. This one is going to be lined down the third base line, and that is going to be, well, there's a little bit of hesitation from Chris Denorfia, and that's going to be a double for that guy. And now it is someone else up. I can't read the jersey, but he takes this one high and deep into right field. That is Tyler Moore, and that one is going to drop. Jake Arrieta having a little bit of struggles here in the 9th inning. Just can't get those last few outs. That is going to be a triple for Tyler Moore, and that is going to be all she wrote for Jake Arrieta. Joe Madden comes out, tells him, "Great game, kid. You pitched a hell of a good one. 8 1/3 of shutout baseball," before he gives it up. Jake Arrieta gets a standing ovation from the crowd, tips the cap. The Wrigley faithful are definitely proud of him today. So Jason Mott is going to come in relief, who in 14 games has 14 2/3 innings pitched, a 4.30 ERA with 6 walks and 13 strikeouts. So let's see what he can do. So this one is flown into deep center field, actually pretty shallow center field, and Albert Almora makes the catch, but in the process of trying to make the diving throw, he completely forgets to throw the baseball, and that is going to be a pop fly that results in an RBI. So now this one is driven to the right side, and that one is going to be picked by Anthony Rizzo, taken back to the base, and the Chicago Cubs win one here. That snaps the 3-game win streak of the Nationals. The Cubs have now won 5 of their last 6 games. The Cubs are on a roll, backed by some great pitching, especially this amazing performance by Jake Arrieta. Nothing to be ashamed of there. Arrieta just pitched his heart out, and he did damn great, if I do say so myself. Fantastic game pitched by him. The Nationals drop a tough one. This one they could have had. Javier Baez couldn't help them win this one, even though they acquired him in the trade. Doug Fister, not a bad performance, only 6 hits, 3 earned, and 4 strikeouts over his 5 innings of work. But Jake Arrieta, 8 1/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Just dominated these Nationals today. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, as always, I encourage you to leave a like, rate, and comment down below, letting me know what you guys thought of this episode. And don't forget to stay tuned for the stats at the end of this video, as well as the standings. I didn't know if I was going to commentate over them, but you know what? I guess I'll commentate over them. I have a couple extra minutes. So here in the division, we are 1 game back of the Brewers at 26 19, heading into that last game. We lost 1, but in our last 10, we were 8 2, so now we're 9 3 in our last 11 games. We are leading the wild card, though. And here we go. We take a look at Tommy La Stella. He's batting .310 with 3 homers. Fowler, .294 with 8 homers. Rizzo's hitting .299 with 9 home runs. Chris Bryant is hitting .273 with 4 home runs. Pretty good for the rookie. Tyler Colvin is hitting .233 with 1 home run. He's really started to struggle lately. Miguel Montero has also started to struggle, .248 with 6 home runs. Albert Almora, fresh out of the minor leagues, .375. 194 for Starlin Castro. Jonathan Herrera hitting .247. Doesn't get in the lineup regularly. And these guys are going way too fast for me to do it. So I'm probably going to have to work out a trade for Wellington Castillo soon, as my backup catcher position is a little bit too crowded. So here you take a look at the pitchers. We have moved Tony Cingrani into the starting rotation, as Edwin Jackson was heavily struggling. And we were struggling to find a good replacement for John Lester in the rotation until he comes back. So Tony Cingrani's in the middle of that rotation, and you guys should be seeing an episode of him in 2 games. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.